Okay, so have you ever tried writing a business correspondence, or does it sound familiar to you? Have you ever tried getting some delivery letters and you signed for them? Well, that is one of the examples of a business correspondences. And today we will going to talk about a business correspondence more in this lesson. So for our objectives in this lesson, first is to discuss orally business correspondence and its importance. Second, to differentiate the qualities and parts of a business letter. And third, to distinguish the forms and types of business letters as used in business. So for business correspondence, it is the communication or exchange of information or ideas through the letters. So it also includes all written correspondence in organizations such as personal documents, legal or simple legal documents, personal letters, business contracts, marketing materials, and official letters, both in electronic and paper form. So these business correspondence, it communicates first to inform. So maybe there are some changes in the organization and you want to address this to a specific person. Second is to persuade. So might be they will send this business correspondence to their clients so that they can persuade the idea that they need this product. Third is to motivate. Fourth is to negotiate or promote. And this is probably quite familiar with promoting on the first um, type of our it communicates to this business correspondence. But in negotiate, there are sometimes that the negotiation takes place on a face-to-face, but there are sometimes as well that it can be done through letter. And promoting is one of the very common. So every day we might receive some letters in our homes or in our email, letters about promoting their product like a form of advertisement. And it's also a great strategy for marketing. Next is its importance. So we all also know that in this advanced world, businesses take place from the most remote locations around the globe to bustling cities where everyone is given equal access to the services or goods these enterprises offer. So the first importance is it establishes and keep good business relationships. So this communication exchange can be happen in a local, national, internet, or even international sphere. Clients or customers inquire from business people about their services or products, seeking information, ordering, securing goods or services, and even can canceling transactions. So in terms of establishes a good business relationship, so it can build rapport, since even if the business or if the business is way too far from your area, then you can or this business owners can establish good rapport in a really productive way or in a really efficient way. Second is it saves time and energy. So customers can save time and energy in making in their increase in orders through letters, going through instead of going through to the business shop themselves. So even I prefer to write a letter than going somewhere in person. Next is it serves as a record and evidence. So letters, both incoming and outgoing, when adequately filed and compiled, are adequate records of transactions that can also serve as evidence in case of dispute between client and business person. And if you might forget the information that they have provided, you can back read the letter and reread it again. fourth is it promotes goodwill of the customer. So it is just the same as here on the first one, which is establishes and keeps good business relationship. So a business must utilize their business correspondence to establish rapport with customer or clients. So you can just put courteous tone or pleasant statement in terms of this business correspondence letters, and it will promote the goodwill and maintain the image of their companies. Personally, some business organization or companies sounded like they're just responding to your inquiry, and they don't say like they're, or they don't, like they don't really do like they're building rapport. And that is the opportunity that I can see that some companies or business have missed in terms of sending letters. Next is we will gonna talk about this business letter. So business letter is a letter written in formal language, usually used when writing from one business organization to another or for correspondence between such organization and their customer, clients, and other external parties. So this communication happens can be just almost everywhere. So if you're like way too far from the client or for the business owner, you can just send them an email. Or if you are a very busy and you want to seek some on information to order or securing goods or services, you can just simply write a business letter. So the qualities of this is that first, it can provide the clarity. So, clear thinking and simple expressions are the two essential virtues of effective writing. So, each sentence should be as simple as possible. So, we try to put some really simple words so that our customers or the customers can easily read and understand the statement that was provided on the business letter. And it can also be concise. So if the letter is concise, then it can also bring clarity to this business letter. Conciseness can be transmission of maximum information by using minimum words and should be aim of letter writing. So unnecessary details and roundabout expressions should be avoided to avoid confusion. A letter should be just really simple and brief. Next is its completeness. So the letter should contain all essential points a reader is expected to know. So for example, a sales letter should include the description of goods, price, quality, how and where to buy, the date of delivery, discounts, and so on. So it gives partial it's not only, or it will not only give a partial information, but it will provide them the complete details that they have needed. Next is the correctness. So the correctness demands no error at all in grammar, idiom, spelling, and punctuation. So it will really look like unprofessional if the letter is not correct or there are some errors that can be found. Besides, the information given in the letter must be accurate. Otherwise, it will shake the confidence of the reader, and they will gonna doubt as well whether you are um, real or not, or this offer is real or not. The message should not be transmitted unless the sender is sure of its correctness. So it is very important to double check the correctness of this letter. Next is the courtesy. So courtesy means a politeness. Goodwill is a great asset for an organization, and courtesy in correspondence is one of the most natural and economical means of building it. Next is the cheerfulness. Cheerfulness, there should be no negative approach in the letter. It must begin with a positive and optimistic note. The approach should be friendly and convincing. Otherwise, they or the reader would not be interested to read the letter that was given to them. Next is the promptness. Promptness in replying to a letter is essay. The general practice is to reply to a letter the same day that is received. When it is known that a reply to a letter requires time, it is really necessary that for you to acknowledge you receive the letter and the intimate and probable time required to send a full reply. So if I am going to send a letter and the letter takes time for me to receive the reply back. So I am going to start and doubt whether first they do receive the letter, second um the second is they might not be interested in my letter, or this company that I sent letter is a bit rude for them not to acknowledge this letter or not to respond right away. And third, I will assume that the other company is really uninterested on the letter that I have provided. So that is why promptness is important as a quality of internal business letter. Fourth is the appropriateness, refers to writing or replying letters, keeping in mind the relation of psychology of the reader, as well as the need of the occasion. The tone can it would be the tone, the style, the language of the letters. So it usually also depends on what is the occasion uh, in which the letter has sent or has received. So next is the you attitude. So appropriateness, the you attitude refers to the writing or replying letters, that um, keeping in mind that we need to we need to focus on the you, which means who will receive this letter. So if I'm going to send a letter, I should focus more on to the receiver, because the receiver will not be they will not be interested if you are just going to focus on yourself instead to the receiver of the letter. So next is, and the last one is the integral. So the purpose of business communication is to create understanding and bring about the cooperation and initiative constructive action. So therefore, this integral all communication should be conformity with the general objectives of the organization. That is the quality for the internal, and let's go ahead and proceed to the external quality of a letter. So we have just three here qualities of a external business letter. So first is the paper. So the kind of paper may represent about the status of this business, such as we as a person, what we wear represents us as a person. So high quality paper costs very high, and it is acceptable to use as a good paper. For original copy and regular paper may be used for duplicates. So some companies use a different colors of paper for different types of correspondence, thereby making it easier for filing and identifying the required action of what the action may be needed. The size of the paper should be in accordance with the envelope used by the company. Next is fold. So there should be a minimum fold of the letter, enough to fit the envelopes. So for window envelopes, the fold should be done in such a way that would put the address of the receiver clearly visible through the window of the envelope. So as you can see on the stores there on the school supply store, might be office or school supply stores, there are different types of envelope here. There are some envelopes that has some transparent plastic that is attached on the envelope, and there are just envelope that is simply paper. So here on this fold, we need to make sure that if we are going to use the type of envelope that has a window, then the fold should enough to fill the envelope, and the address should be visible. Next is the third type, which we have mentioned earlier, the envelope. So different businesses use different types of envelopes. Care should be taken in selecting the appropriate type and size for the letter. So there are different types of envelopes, which is different for any different occasion. So we should use the type of envelope that is appropriate for occasion or for um, any objectives of the letter. So, just a quick wrap up of this. We talk about business correspondence and its importance, and we also talk about business letter and its qualities for both internal and external. So that's it. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot in terms of what we have discussed. And have a great day. Bye.